What's up, guys? This is Alan, and today I'm going to be showing you what my fruit punch mango looks like after winter. Now, don't mind my structure. The wind blew it over, but this over here happened before even the structure fell down. Did I kill my mango tree? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. I even went the extra mile last winter. I put up the structure early, and I even bought greenhouse plastic up there, like the best kind you can get, to hold the heat even better. And even with all that work, my mango tree took damage. If you want to learn why, well, keep on watching. Fruit punch mango. If this is the first time watching my videos, well, this is one of the oldest trees that I have in the ground. This mango tree is growing in straight native soil. Nothing special. I just water it like any other plant that has a deep root system. No issues, no special fertilizers, nothing. Now, mango trees in my area are cold sensitive. So in order to protect them, you have to change the ambient temperature around them. So what happened to this mango? Well, two things happened. The first one is my mistake. Last year, when I was making a video on the differences between frost and cold protection, on this side over here, I opened it up to show you guys what the tree looked like on the inside. And my mistake was I forgot to close it. Yes, you can see right now I opened it and I did not close it. Now, the night after that day, the temperatures dropped down to about 26 degrees for like 2 hours. This structure alone, without a heat source inside, like a heater like this one right here, will keep my mango happy in there, in the high 20s, no issues. So 26 degrees is like a walk at the beach for me. But the problem was I left the side open, so that let the heat out. But the tree did not take cold damage, guys. This is not cold damage. You can see some of the tree looks terrible, and then some of the tree looks great. Cold damage will not manifest like this on your mango trees. Cold damage is going to happen throughout your entire tree, and most times it's going to severely kill it back. But as you can see, this is not all over the tree. These are just certain areas. So what really happened? Well, that has to do with that stupid plastic up there. Like I said, guys, I went the extra mile. I bought plastic. I set up my structure early. Man, I was ready to go for last winter. And even this past winter has been one of the warmest winters I have ever experienced here at my house. The temperatures dropped down in the 20s only 3 times that I recall. One time, 26 degrees for about 2 hours, and the other times for about 27 degrees, less than like an hour and a half. Like the warmest winter ever, guys. I mean, I think I ran my heater maybe less than 5 days for the entire winter. This tree should have been fine. Shouldn't have taken any damage, but it did. Now let me explain what happened. And it has to do with that plastic. So, as you guys know, when the temperatures drop rapidly, the water in the air, the humidity, moisture in the air, will go from gas into liquid, right? And then drop to the ground. So when that happens, people tell you to frost protect your plants. That is frost protection. So when the water drops down from getting, too cold too quickly, it will not get your plants wet. So when that water freezes, because the temperature is what caused it to go from gas to liquid, it's gonna freeze eventually. It's not gonna freeze right against your plant. So what happened here, inside the structure, all the humidity inside the structure condensated up there where it was warm, because the heat rises, and since the plastic didn't let the heat escape, it condensated on the top. So the plastic on the top collected the water, and then it rained down on the tree inside the structure. And since I forgot to close the side, it got cold enough in there to freeze that water against the tree. It got cold enough to freeze the water, but it didn't get cold enough to actually cause cold damage to my tree. How crazy is that? Frost protection is one of the easiest winter protection that you can actually do on any tree, because all you gotta do is just prevent the tree from getting wet. But because I used plastic and I left the side open, my tree got rained down inside the structure and the water froze on the tree. This is why not the entire tree took damage. Only part of it, most of it, it was actually on this side over here. And the reason most of this side over here actually got damaged is because the top of my structure, it was actually slanted down this way. So a lot of the water that condensated on the top, it actually slid down this way, and then it started raining down on the front side of my mango tree, and that's why most of the front side of the mango tree got destroyed. Yeah, guys, even now I'm still learning. This is a never-ending learning experience when you garden. So I learned a lesson, and that is not to use plastic. I mean, every single other year, guys, I've had this tree for like, I don't know, like 6 years now. I lost count. I use frost cloth. This lets the air through, so the water will not condensate right against it. And every single other year, I always put frost cloth on top. But last year, I ran out. And then I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna put the extra effort, and I'm actually gonna properly protect my tree. So I bought that greenhouse plastic, which it does retain the heat a lot better. I mean, when it was in the 20s out here, I put my heater on in there. And I mean, it was in the it was like 34, 36 degrees in here when it was like 26 degrees outside. And that's with my little electric heater that I use. I mean, so it was holding heat well, so the plastic works. So, but yeah, just because I thought I was doing the right thing, yeah, this is what happened. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you my mango tree. So what am I gonna do with it? Well, there's no magical juices out there you can actually spray on the tree. No amount of fish emulsion is gonna fix this tree. No azomite is gonna make miracles either. So the only thing I can actually do is I'm gonna prune this tree down, cut all the dead branches, and thyme. That's it. That's all I can do. There's nothing else you can do, guys. There's really nothing out there that you can actually throw on the soil that's gonna change any of that besides thyme. You can't buy thyme. So, but if you wanna, feel better and throw all that stuff in the ground, go ahead. But I can tell you, this is not the first time this has happened to me. The first time I almost killed my tree, and that's when I learned the differences between cold and frost protection. Let me show you my other trees. This is my Hatcher mango. We just took the structure down, actually the frost cloth. This tree had no heater in here. Not once did I turn the heater on. And the reason why is because it's underneath all these pine trees, and these pine trees retain the heat being radiated from the ground. So this general area in here, it's a few degrees warmer than the other area where the other mango is. So, and as you can see, the mango looks perfect. No issues at all. Nothing, guys. I mean, even without the structure, this mango would have been fine because the temperatures did not drop down for that long to cause damage and lower the temperatures low enough in this general area to damage this tree. So this is the Hatcher mango. Now let me show you the next one. This one right here is Kathy mango. As you can see, it looks great. This one, the frost cloth completely ripped apart from the wind, and even then the tree even grew a little bit last winter. I mean, that never happens in my area because I get so cold here in the winter. But it was the warmest winter I recall in this area, and the trees show it. I mean, you can see all that growth that happened in the winter. Your trees will not grow in the winter unless the night temperatures are warm enough for that to happen. But look at it. It looks great. Not a single leaf took damage at all. Now I'm expecting this tree to do amazing this year, because the only thing that sets our trees back in our area is how much damage they take during the winter time. And depending on how much damage they take, that will usually dictate how much fruit you're gonna have or growth the following year. Because if your tree is not wasting months recovering from the damage you sustained in the winter, then it's gonna be focusing that energy into actually growing and producing fruit. But as you can see, it looks amazing. Alright guys, it's all pruned. Good to go now. What does pruning do? Well, for the branches that are almost dead, well, it will save energy for the plant to actually put it back into the root system and give it a break so it doesn't have to, you know, sustain dying branches. So that's one thing. And the next is aesthetics. It looks a lot nicer now. But you know, poor guy. I mean, I feel so bad about this tree. It's flowering and pushing new growth, and thankfully it was only frost damage and not cold damage. Cold damage is a lot worse because that will get inside your tree and it will just get decimated. But thankfully it was just cosmetic damage. I lost probably, I would say, maybe 20% of the tree, so this is gonna take this entire year to recover. Let's talk about how long will your tree take to recover. If your tree is brand new in the ground and it sustained this kind of damage, your tree is most likely dead to the rootstock, and simply because it wasn't even rooted in the ground. Now, if your tree is rooted in the ground, depending how big and how much the damage, how much damage your tree sustained, in our area, non-tropical environment, it will take easily 1 to 2 years to recover from. And like I said, nothing you can do about it besides just treat it like you did last year, nothing special, and just wait. But anyways, this is it guys. This is what it looks like now, and I'm not gonna use any magical juices guys, but I believe that we all have energy around us, either positive or negative, and I believe plants are able to feel that energy, because plants are just like living beings, just like you and I. So what I'm gonna do, instead of just using magical juices or any junk that you buy off the shelf, I'm gonna use something that I think will work a lot better than any of that stuff. And I'm just gonna touch the plant and I'm gonna tell it that I am sorry that I screwed up and I didn't protect you. Please forgive me. We'll see if that actually works or not. I think it will, because the plant understands that, you know, we're not able to communicate, but they can feel our energy. So let's give it a few months and then we'll check back on this tree. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like them so other people can actually see what true gardening is about. I want my channel to be a place where you can come over and see the most accurate, unbiased information about gardening. Gardening is super easy guys. But anyways, questions comment below, and I will see you next time.